Hi guys, this is Earthling the Aaron 21 here again in the same day and probably around in the same 5 minutes as I finished recording the last video. Awesome. Freaking just awesome. Yeah. No, not awesome. Yeah, it's awesome. I love doing this. Alright, like I said before, this I'm going to show you guys some different builds from ranging from $600 all the way to around $2,000 like I said before. And we're gonna go and get it cracking yet again. Okay, so for this build, which is the mid-range build, I chose an Antec 300 Illusion Black Steel ATX mid tower computer case. The reason I chose that over the Rosewill Challenger is because the Antec 3, this case, the case has a bit more cooling power than the Rosewill did, and for this particular build, I thought we would need that, especially since we're using a bit more. We're going to use a bit more power, some more power hungry components, and when the components get more power hungry, generally they get hotter too. So with that said, let's dive right in. So let's dive deeper in. Let's say that. So I chose the same motherboard as I did before. Reason being because of the upgradability. So if when Bulldozer comes out and when you need a new PC, AM3 Plus, the AM3 Plus motherboards, you will have an AM3 Plus motherboard, so you won't have to upgrade from the other one, from an AM3 motherboard. And when you did, and it's not much more expensive than the $79, the cheapest $79 AM3 motherboard. That's ATX, not micro ATX. When you go micro ATX, they get cheaper than that, and so they do on the AM3 Plus. But we want ATX, and I'm pretty sure. Hold up, let me check here. I'm pretty sure that this one also has this one is also Crossfire capable. I'm not like completely sure. However, let me check here. Here we go. Please hurry up and load up quickly. Come on, computer, you can do this. I'm pretty sure, however, that this is SLI or Crossfire capable. Yes, you have two. As you see here, you have two PCI. You have two PCI 2.0. However, it's not going to be fully Crossfire. It's not going to be fully Crossfire capable. How? Because it is not two 2x16 PCI X62, but blah. Two is not going to be two fully capable PCI 2.0 X16 slots. So with that said, let's move on to the PSU. Now with this, I chose the Antec High Current Gamer Series 750 watt, which retails at $94 plus a $25 rebate, which will set you right back to $70. The reason I chose this was over than like the 500 one that we used before is because, like I said, this computer is going to be more power hungry than the one we chose previously, which we're going to get into in a couple seconds. The video card that I chose was the Sapphire Radeon HD 6870, and the 6870 performs a whole lot better than the 460 does. And it'll retail for about $175 plus a $20 mail-in rebate, which will set it back to $155. Whereas the 460 that we chose was going to retail at $135 actually, with the mail-in rebate card. So for $20 jack up in price, it's going to be cooler and it's going to perform better than the 460 does. For the processor, I chose an AMD Phenom 2 X6 1090T Black Edition Thuban, whatever, AM3 6-core desktop processor. The reason I chose this was because it's a, how do you say, hexa-core processor. The cheap is a $170 hexa-core processor for $170, and based on the past mark, what's the word I'm looking for, on a page for a pass mark, CPU pass mark scores on the CPU, whatever, blah. um, Anything that outperformed it cost more money than this did. And when you're doing this, and when you have this particular processor here, it will be able to play games and do a whole lot more things than this as well. Say if you were playing Battlefield Bad Company 2, which would take a bunch of processing power, you can go record it using the extra 2 cores that you have. And if nothing is using all 6 cores, it'll go back and turbocharge 3 cores. It'll turn off 3 cores and turbocharge the other 3, essentially making it a tri-core processor, which still is going to be very powerful and good for gaming too. Although it's not necessarily optimized for it, it's still going to be good for it, and it's not going to bottleneck your 6870 here. For the RAM, I chose two 4GB sticks of G-Skill Value series, which is going to be 8GB for $45. The reason I chose this is because, I mean, if you're running a high range build, you don't want it when games come around when that's going to take, say, 4GB of RAM, and you still want to do other stuff besides play games. You're gonna have this right here ready. It's not so, although it may be overkill now. If you're gonna do something else besides play games, or you're gonna play games and do other things, you're gonna have the RAM to be able to do it. Not to mention the cores to do it as well. So with that said, let's move on. The CD DVD burner doesn't really matter. You can go choose the cheapest one that you can, and you should probably read reviews for it too. So you can go choose the Sony or the Samsung, whichever one you want. The Western Digital Caviar Black is going to perform faster than the Caviar Blue that we chose earlier. Moving on into the hard drives too, and yeah, it's pound for pound one of the best. Best bang for your bucks in terms of hard drive there is. And for the CPU cooler, I chose the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Plus, which is one of the best ones. Like, has one of the greatest ratings for CPU coolers I've ever seen on Newegg. So with that said, yeah, I think I covered everything in this build. Altogether, is going to run you 854 minus what's 45, 65, yeah, around 700, around $800, pretty much. They'll round it up and whatever. It's going to run you around $800. However, for $800, it's one of the best values you're going to get. Enough said. It's going to be very, very well rounded, and it's going to serve you very, very well for a good amount of time. By the way, I forgot to mention this in the last video. You can interchange parts if you think that some are better than the others and you have the money for it. You can interchange parts. However, do be careful about what you choose as your power supply unit, because if your power supply unit, if you choose a bad one, it's liable to fry. So with that said, good luck everybody.